What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. This is episode 174 of Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow, the number one Arrowverse podcast on Pornhub. I am your host, Lord Cussalott Travis Pointer, aka the Dragon King, aka Big T, aka T Money, aka Sweet T, aka Black Merlin, aka the HNIC. And I am joined as always by my co-host, Mara the Shark Watkins.
Hello.
How are you tonight, Mara?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Fantastic. Tired, but I'm fantastic.
Same. Well, not fantastic, but tired.
Like my new drinking horn?
Your new drinking horn looks cool. Renaissance-ly cool.
Well, yeah. We're not here to talk about my drinking horn. As much as I would love to just talk about my drinking horn right now. We're here to talk about the Arrowverse on the CW. Supergirl, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, Black Lightning, Batwoman, Stargirl, Superman and Lois, and now Naomi. All them. So let's talk about them. We got 4 of them this week. Which one of them would you like to start with?
Let's start with Naomi.
Alrighty. This episode was called what?
Enigma.
Mystery. An enigma.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be confused with Enigma, Edward Nigma, the Riddler.
Oh yeah, no, it's one word.
Yeah.
Enigma.
Yeah. By the way, I don't think the writers get enough credit for that because that's fucking clever. Like the ones who created the Riddler, Enigma, yeah.
You have my respect.
That's top tier writing right there. But anyway, so this whole thing starts off with Naomi's parents telling the story of how they ended up finding her. They start off with them, meeting though. They have a fucking
married.
Had that meet cute in the fucking art gallery. Like, really? Are y'all meet cuting right now? Is that what we're doing? This is what we do? Okay. But yeah, they saw a meteor shower while they're out in the woods for some reason. And they ran towards the meteor shower because,
Reasons.
That's just that white people shit, and she just been around that white dude too long. That's just what happens. Like, she.
I mean, you're not wrong.
So then after that whole thing, now Naomi got an attitude because she's just like, why didn't you tell me? I'm like, how do you really tell your daughter, hey, you're an alien? Like,
yeah, like, they gave her the, we'll tell her when she's older. And it's just like, I get that. How would you, when do you think would be a good time to just come out with that? Hey, sweetheart, I know we're trying to get through our alphabets, but I think you should know you're an alien. Or like
or later, like, I'm trying to teach you how to spell, but you're an alien. Oh, I'm trying to make sure you know your times tables, but you're an alien. Oh, I know you're getting ready to go on your first date, but before we do that, you're an alien. Or like, it's just like,
I know you're about to go to prom, but by the way, like, when do you think they would have had time to tell you?
Oh, never. I'm just going to tell you right now, had this been my child, I would have never told her either. Like, you are okay, you're alive, nothing's fucked up is happening to you. Honestly, you've never actually even been hurt, which is like amazing. So that's great. Life is good. I'm not telling you shit.
Right? Like, why would I ever assume powers would just one day manifest from you?
Exactly.
However, though, if I ever do experience a meteor shower and just come across a weird baby, I'm going to assume that child's powers will emerge at some point. You just got to find a way to keep them quiet.
And I'm just going to put this out there. If I ever find such a child, during meteor shower, that's clearly an alien, I'm going to leave said child with you. But anyway.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Like,
yes.
And walk away.
Drops them by the nape of their neck.
Yeah. Just walk up to you, Mara, and walk away.
Man.
Kid's fine. It's not hurt. Doesn't hurt that kid. The kid can't be hurt. It's an alien baby.
So, they ask for forgiveness, and then Naomi tells her, I forget the best friend's name, but she catches her up on things.
The one that's always calling her babe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know her name either.
Something with a C. But then so she asks about no.
Charles.
It's a girl.
Carl.
The girl.
Carla.
No.
Cameron.
No.
Cash.
As much as I want this to be like that moment from Ted when they were just going off of names, I don't have any clues to give you to make this better or easier.
Clarence.
No, I'll just have to look it up.
Clarence.
Clarence? What the hell kind of name is that?
Aliens are involved in this world now. Anything goes.
Well, I mean, but her friend is human, so like I don't imagine
you don't know that.
We don't.
We're assuming that.
Oh, her name definitely does not start with a C.
So you just threw me off. See, I'm know sorry. What? See. This is all those random names are your fault now.
It's an A. Annabelle.
Arthur.
Annabelle
Arthur. Yeah, that's what I said.
No, I don't think her last name's Arthur.
Do you know that though?
No, I don't.
See. Her last name could be Arthur.
That's why I said I don't think it is.
The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. So at the school, some kids are pissed off.
Annabelle doesn't have a last name.
Yeah, because it's Arthur and they don't want you to know. But so at the school, there's some kids that are upset because the vending machines have all healthy stuff in them, no candy snacks and shit in them no more. And so in their festivity, they decide they want Naomi to run for class president. And I'm just like,
how do you know Naomi don't want the healthy snacks?
That's one thing. And also, what kind of school is this where the student president has dictation over what snacks are in the vending machine? Like, how does
fictional high school?
Like, where does that work? Because that is purely a monetary endeavor. And honestly, it's the vending machine vendors, the ones who control the vending machines who decide what's in the machines. Like, they pay the school a fraction of what they make off of the fucking vending machine, and they take the rest. So they put in what's profitable. So you know what they're going to put in there? Candy, chips, shit like that. They're not putting healthy shit in there because that's not what sells. This is ridiculous.
This is fictional.
It is. Anyway, so they want her to run the full class program. She's like, all right, cool, I'll do it. She don't really want to do it, but she said she'll do it because.
Yeah, because even Annabelle was like, don't you think you got a lot on your plate already?
Yeah.
Alien stuff, growing up stuff.
Yeah.
Your parents been lying to you stuff.
Basically. So then Naomi has a convo with
D.
Yeah, him. Then afterwards ends up going to see car dealer dude and just demands the disc, and he just gives it to her. Yeah, he just gives her the disc. And he's like, here.
Because he realizes she's not going to back down because she already walked up in there with her chest all puffed up, just like, give me the real disc. I'm not going to stop. And he's like, if you're going to be dumb, you're going to be dumb. Here.
I don't even think that's what it is. I think it's more to the effect of it's actually beneficial to him for her to have it now. Like it's one of those things. It seemed like he had no fear of her. So it's just like her being upset and like, I'm not leaving. I don't think that will really affect him anyway. So
yeah, he's just like, I just want you to stop pestering me about it.
yeah, it's really just not that big of a deal to me anymore. And it's just here. It's kind of like the way America won the Revolutionary War. England just said it's not worth it anymore and stopped fighting.
Thankfully, she was also sus about him just giving it to her. And I was like, as you should be, Naomi, as you should be.
Yeah.
So then she's looking at it in her house and it starts glowing. And she don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, she's trying to experiment on, figure out how to make it work and all that kind of shit. But then, you know, they're at school and it comes out that she really doesn't want to be class president.
I mean, that was evident.
Yeah. Let's talk about this. Family dinner night, you know, with D. This was tense. Like, I'm just watching this. I'm like, why are y'all acting like asses right now? Like, I mean, like on both sides. Like, D, like, yeah, you know, I'm looking out for it. And the parents are just like, yeah, you didn't give us a chance to tell. And he was like, I mean, you had 16 years. And I'm just like, damn.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not. It's like Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, he's out of line, but he's right. It's just...
And then, you know, they start asking about his time outside of Port Oswego.
Yeah. Apparently he was off planet. Like he took off for a while.
And he said he's not ready to talk about it.
Well, I'm gonna need him to talk about it.
Right? I was like, something about that feels importante.
So
but then after the power surge in the dining room, which I didn't think was from Naomi, but then Dee insinuated that was from her. I didn't think about that. I was thinking about the fact that General Papa, I don't know, Sergeant Papa, whatever his role is, they were researching, trying to find out about energy surges that were happening in the area. And I thought that was just part of it.
Well, those weren't surges. Those were just like pulses. They were like searching. So,
okay.
Yeah, they weren't causing any issues. It was always Naomi that was causing the surges.
Gotcha.
But like they were seeing some pulses or whatever. They figured out where it came from was a dude that was looking for her. But yeah, those were the pulses they were finding. But the actual surges that were happening were Naomi.
Gotcha. But then so Dee left right after that.
Mm-hmm. So but however, in their continuing quest to figure out this code that Naomi got from the disc, they go to an escape room.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Apparently, they figure out his coordinates. So Naomi goes to said coordinates and finds that white lady. And she mentions
he heads to Portland.
Yeah, where she finds said white lady. And this is where it gets interesting. Because the 29 is reference to Earth 29.
Mm-hmm.
This is why it's interesting. Do you know what Earth 29 is?
No, please enlighten me, because I know they're going to drag their feet at doing it.
Yeah. Kind of works with something else we're seeing right now, because Earth 29 is the Earth that Bizarro is from. Yeah, I don't know if they're doing that on purpose or not. However, yeah, that's the Earth from the Bizarroverse. So I'm just like, coinky dink or on purpose.
Have they said anything about Naomi becoming part of like any kind of like officially the Arrowverse?
What do you mean?
like where she crosses over into the other ones.
Have they announced a crossover? No.
No, but I mean, like, because you remember how we would keep trying to figure out where we'll see Stargirl kind of tie into the others.
No, because we already did during Crisis.
Stargirl was in Crisis?
No, but like they showed her during like the pre-stuff during Crisis. They like acknowledged it during Crisis.
Oh, okay.
Not only that, but you remember Jay Garrett was in Stargirl and on the other shit too. So
there we go. You're right. Okay.
Yeah.
I do forget about that. They really do be taking their time with that show. It'd be gone for so long. It's just like how I feel with certain things about like Euphoria. Like I'd be like, when did that happen? They'd be like, last season. I was like, it's been 2 years.
It really hasn't been though. It's only been a few months.
No, I know, but for these shows, it's like a month later, and I'm just like, I've forgotten everything that's happened. I literally was on the phone with someone trying to figure out if blood work was before or after Crisis. So yeah, I was just like, yeah, I was very insistent on that it was after. So there goes my standing.
But yeah, so 20, Naomi and the other aliens apparently are from a parallel Earth. Earth 29 from Bizarro Earth. I'm not sure, like I said, if that's on purpose or not, or if that's really what they're saying Bizarro Earth is now. If that was just a random number, I don't know. I hope not. I hope they did that on purpose, and that's actually Bizarro Earth. It's actually a connection, because that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be dope as shit.
That would explain why she was sent away, because Bizarro Earth is fucking crazy and dangerous. So get that kid away from there. Like, makes sense to me. And it also would explain kind of how maybe what's Car Dealer dude's name?
Zumbado.
Yeah, like maybe he did something to cause it turn into that, because maybe it wasn't always that way. And it became Bizarro, and that's why Naomi was sent away and why the others left and all that kind of shit. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah, because like, yeah, I want to see more. I just want more exposition.
I mean, not necessarily exposition, more like just
story building.
Story, like, yeah, because it's this show has been almost all exposition so far, and it's kind of boring me. So yeah, so we got this bounty hunter dude who's looking for Naomi, and he wants to take her back to Earth 29. D shows up and stops that from happening. There's a whole fight between the two. They end up, he ends up winning, I guess. And yeah. And then Naomi drops out of the race. Because, yeah.
Yeah, when it seemed like she almost was like, vote for me. And I was like, that sounded almost convincing.
Yeah. And, she drops out of the race and, goes to see old dude on the soccer field and just never goes with her friend to go out to eat, because they were supposed to go out to eat. And she just didn't go. Because her and Annabelle Arthur were supposed to go out to eat, because she's convinced her, because she's like, we can get that shake you like. So she's probably like at the place just waiting on her. And there she is. She just, swapping spit with old dude. And But yeah, that was basically Naomi. Anything else that you want to make sure we talk about?
No.
Cool. What next?
Let's get through Legends, because we know.
Okay. Episode was called what?
Rage Against the Machines, not to be confused with the hit song from however long ago.
Yeah. So,
or the hit band.
About to say it's a band, but yeah.
Yeah, I need to stop smoking so much before these. Without thinking about that.
So, the episode kicks off. There's a whole celebration at the fixed point because Sarah stopped World War I, because they don't realize it was just a temporary thing before Thawne, which I forgot to mention last week, because goddamn, it's always fucking Thawne. Like, once again, it was fucking Thawne. The technical difficulties and everything stopped me from, really remembering to say that last week. But like, are you kidding me? Like, once again, there was somebody at the fixed point that was killing everybody that tried to stop it. And guess who it was? Fucking Thawne.
It always comes back to Thawne.
Again. Always fucking Thawne.
When he showed up and Sarah was like, Thawne, I was like, this dude again? We just got rid of him.
Yeah. Apparently you didn't get rid of him enough.
Berlanti's like, we may let go of Thawne, one version of Thawne on one show, but guarantee we're going to keep yo-yoing them back and forth to the end of time.
I was reading one article that said like, oh, this made Armageddon null and void because them saving him means that he ends up this way anyway. I'm like, that's a different Thawne. Like, this is Thawne pre-turning into Wells Thawne. So like, this changes. Like, it doesn't stay this way. So like, that's not his fate. Like, this all happens after that. He becomes Wells Thawne after this. So which means probably not actually dead.
Yeah, but who knows? We'll see.
We shall. It's fucking Thawne. Who knows? So
I knew that's what I wanted last week from you.
Huh?
That's what I wanted from you last week. I just wanted your reaction to Thawne coming back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was too distracted by the fact that I didn't really see as much of the show because technical difficulties. But yeah. So Legends are getting themselves ready because, like, all right, we're gonna take the Wave Rider back now because here they come. We're prepared for them.
And everyone from the fixed point wants to help.
Yeah.
And then start being killed by the robo clones.
Yeah, that was the thing. When they came out, they saw their robo, so I was like, wait, is that fucking us? Like, they weren't ready. They didn't know that the robo things were themselves. And
they were sick.
Yeah. So Robo, Nate, Sarah, and Barrod stay, but the rest, leave with the Wave Rider. As they're running away, Ava gets shot. So she's still down for the count for like the whole episode.
Evil Barad finds the fixed point bar.
Yeah. And
Evil Sarah finds Thawne and stabs him.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Thawne's preparing to fix things. He was about to send the other dude out there to, all right, you got to go actually kill him now. And yeah.
Even he noticed like her, and he had noticed that her outfit was out of sorts.
You're like, I haven't seen you wear that in a long time. And she's like, yeah, stabbity.
And even I was sitting there thinking, like, so is he dead now? Like, is that it? Was that like his ninth life? Like,
no, it's fucking Thawne. He's not dead.
There's going to be some loop around because they only can come back in like Flash and this because these are the only two shows that pertain to time. But
I mean, officially, yeah. But who's to say he won't just show up on Stargirl because whatever,
Because fuck it.
Yeah. Or like after all this is going down on Batwoman, he just shows up in the last episode of Batwoman, just like, ta-da, Thawne, bitches. Why? Because I'm Thawne.
And then he just turns around like the end of Thriller when Michael Jackson shows his face. He's like,
yeah.
I would love a series just around Thawne.
That could be entertaining.
Like, or even like maybe not a whole series, maybe like a CWC like mini series of just like Thawne just finding and like going through different ways of how he just keeps popping up at different times in the timeline.
Yeah, just a mini series of Thawne shenanigans. I'd be with it.
Like little what ifs.
Yeah.
So Sarah plans a meet. Sorry. Holy shit.
I know.
Sarah plans a meet with Robo Nate, and Davies is like, I mean, I don't think you should do that. And then so
Did
she
you
goes,
know, completely off the subject, that
let's do
on
it.
this day, 20, no, 36 years ago was the day that Vanessa Huxtable went out and had big fun with the wretched.
Is it February 4th or 3rd?
Third.
Oh, is that a post? Can you send that to me?
I sure can.
Oh man, I'm so sad because it's 2 minutes past. It's 2 minutes into the fourth here. I'm gonna post it anyway because that shit is funny. Because no matter what, no matter how many episodes you've seen of the Cosby Show,
You know that one.
You know that one for sure. For shorten, you know that one.
Mm-hmm. I just said it to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, with the wretched.
Oh my god, that is too funny.
So yeah, Robo Bearrod he attacks the fixed point bar, but Astra stops him, just blasts the fuck out of him. He's down and out. Yes, actual Sarah has to take the time watch thingy from Thawne.
Because she has to take his post, or someone's got to take his spot.
Yeah. Go ahead, keep going. You take it
from here. Davies comes up with a war plan because Sarah is just like, this is like a war. Help us through this. And so they decide that they're going to use Barad as a plant to get on the ship, and then the rest of the team will create aberrations around to distract the robo clones. And so Barad realizes he can't get to Gideon when he's inside the ship because Robo Zari is the one who goes in there, and she's pretty much the only one who can get up in there. So the team, is out and about creating issues.
Causing a ruckus out there, riff-raffing, giving people VR glasses and shit, spoiling the, Star Wars movies.
Star Wars.
Shit. Yeah.
I was just like, damn, that's crazy. But that would be so funny to see how it would affect things present. But so evil Gideon tells the Robo team, go fix the aberrations and take care of them. And then meanwhile, not evil Barad, our Barad runs into evil Astra and Ava, and they trying to take him for some kind of booster, not the kind that we be getting, but like whatever robot booster that they need to get. And so he tells them about this health shot that really just ends up fucking their stomachs up.
Gives them diarrhea.
Which is
diarrhea. Robo diarrhea, which is
like, I was gonna say, how do robots get diarrhea?
I don't know. It's a very valid question that we got no answers to, but I guess you're supposed to just go with it.
Yeah,
because poop jokes are funny.
Yeah, it's my, I'll just let that whatever logic just burn in hell.
Exactly. If it comes out of your butt, it's funny, so it's okay.
So they run into the mansion, and Gary's there in his alien self, and he ushers them outside into hell instead of the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then Spooner runs into evil Gary, and she, I guess doesn't realize that that's evil Gary, and he doesn't realize.
Cinder doesn't realize it's her, because he was just like, was like, yo, there's, the legends are actually here impersonating us. So, you gotta be on the lookout for that shit. So when he sees, Robo Spooner,
he eats her, and she sets off a bomb inside of him and kills both of them. It was like, oh, look at that, 2 birds, 1 stone. And then so Gary runs into Astra, who's having a moment because she's been snapping at Gideon, trying to help. And you realize she's having a mama moment.
Yeah.
It's all right. I've been there. I'm still there. I'm always there. And then evil Zari runs into Zari 2.0, and they are dressed exactly the same. So now Gary and Astra can't tell who's who. But Zari beats evil Zari.
Yeah, pulls a little thingy out the back of her head, and she was just like, "Were you gonna eat me, Gary? Really? Fuck you!" And
right. And it's just like, oh, look, it's an easier way to tell who's who. You just got to get to their back of their head. If you get only hair, you know it's the real one.
Yeah, just
Unless
grab it and
Sarah.
yank.
Well, no, Sarah's a clone, not a robot. So, but so, Arzari gets into the Gideon room and she's trying to get around Gideon, and so she just ends up yanking out Gideon's cables and shit. So
like, oh, we didn't need the codes anyway. We could just yank this shit out because
fuck it.
Yeah.
Literally, fuck it. What's the worst that would happen? They crash.
yeah, which they almost did. Well, they
did.
But I mean, they technically did still crash. It was a softer crash, but they crashed.
But they but Nate and Sarah have a moment because she blames herself for Thawne being killed and feels responsible for the watch, and he's just like, we'll figure it out. And they somehow trick evil Nate into protecting the fixed point.
Yeah, because he's a fucking idiot. But yeah, they get the Wave Rider back. Gideon, well, we left out that Gideon got Nate and Robo Nate and Robo Sarah to shut themselves down.
Yeah, that was funny. It's like, snap your neck.
Yeah, then we got a Belrod Astra kiss before that. But the real stinger for this episode, though, Robo Astra came back from hell and stabbed Gideon in the back. So dun, dun, dun.
I know. I'm just like, I hope they can save her.
We shall see.
But I feel like it's just going to transit into them getting Gideon's like presence, essence back into the ship. I feel like that's how it's going to turn.
Probably.
I liked having human Gideon around.
All right. What next?
Let's go to Superman and Lois, since we were talking about Bizarro earlier. Okay. Superman and Lois tend to be the highlight of my week.
True. So yeah, we mentioned Earth 29 is Bizarroverse, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, they start this episode. What was the name of this episode?
The Inverse Method.
So this episode kicks off 5 years ago with Lucy saying she's leaving and she's gonna go stay with Allie, cult lady, and apparently she had been staying with Clark and Lois and John and Jordan for a while. She's like, I can't take it anymore. I got to get up out of here. Blah blah blah. She's like, I lost my job, my relationship. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, oh, is all this Jimmy's fault?
Right. I was like, can we get like a play-by-play of what happened after she and Jimmy broke up?
Yeah, can we like just rewind this back? Can this all be traced back to Jimmy Olsen? Is this all Jimmy Olsen's fault?
Could you imagine?
Like, actually, and the thing is, it was because he was in love with Kara. So is this all Kara's fault? Is the downfall of Lucy Lane Kara Zor-El's fault?
Oh my God, that'd be crazy. Kara wouldn't even know what to do with herself.
Yeah. I really feel like Lois should call and be like, I don't know what to do about my sister. Clark doesn't know either. Maybe you know. Ever since she broke up with Jimmy, things have just been awful. Her life fell apart. Now she's in a cult. And she's like, Kara's like, oh my God, Jimmy broke up with her because he was in love with me. Oh no.
She would take that on as her own personal, this is my fucking fault.
Yep.
And we would hear about it to the end of days.
Yeah, because that's what Kara does.
She would just be like, I can't believe I actually did this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I would love to see that conversation.
Yeah, I would love just like a dedicated episode to just Lucy and what happened.
Mm-hmm. So, back in present day, though, Lois is in a diner with this cult bitch, and she just, doing what cult people do, and twisting words around and justifying what she says and all that kind of shit. What cultists do. And apparently, Lucy is going to be the one that's speaking on the podcast tomorrow. We figured that, but
it's so messy.
Yeah. And then apparently she got back up in the diner. Like, she got folks in there just watching and having her back and shit. And I'm just like, really? You just traveling with a squad now for Lois? What you think Lois gonna do to you? Like, you scared of Lois?
Everyone's scared of Lois.
I mean, but I have yet to see Lois throw hands. So
you're right. I want to see Lois come out of face just a little bit.
Yeah. She's always using her words. Like, look, I need to see you throw hands. I need to know why Allie thought she needed backup when she came in there. Like, what did she think you were gonna do? But yeah, so that all happens. Also, turns out that while Clark is having visions, Bizarro is also having visions at the same time, which was weird. Like, so they both got like stuff going on.
But is it hurting Bizarro as much as it's hurting Clark? Because it looks hella painful to Clark.
Probably, but I feel like Bizarro comes from a place where he's used to constantly being in pain. So it doesn't affect him the same way it affects Clark. Like, he's probably still feeling it. It's just more like, this is Tuesday.
Yeah. This is a 3 out of 5.
Apparently Jordan has been
I like how the filter blurs over the bottle, so we'll never have to worry about being sued by said company for water, or we don't have to pay or give free branding.
But to say, usually in those cases, you don't really get sued by that company. It's just when people, have successful things, they don't like to show labels unless they're being paid to do so.
Right.
But we're not being paid to do so. So fuck you, random water bottle people. Yeah. Because I don't know which bottle it was either. So
Zoom said no.
But yeah, apparently Jordan has been using his super hearing to listen to what Lois is doing and listening to, and she's been listening to that podcast. And Lucy is on that podcast to just be recanting a lot of her story and a lot of things she was saying and saying Lois manipulated her words and shit. And it's just like, oh gosh.
It's not looking pretty.
Not at all. But then we got a little time around the table with Sarah. She's talking to Lana and Kim.
Oh, they're having breakfast with the girls before school.
And they're talking about Sarah's quinceañera. So I'm like, oh, that's nice.
Cute.
Yeah.
And then that lady, I always forget what that lady's name is, but she's been around consistently since season 1.
Which lady?
There's
only been 2 seasons, so we're in the second season now. So.
But she's always someone who's always talking to Lana. I think her name.
The Asian lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know her name either.
I mean, so she comes.
Part of me wants to call her Lucy, but I'm like, that's not her name.
Part of me wants to call her Kim, but I don't know if that's her first or last name. So
that's racist.
I wasn't trying to be. It was literally just I feel like it's part of her name.
I'm just fucking with you. I know.
I just don't know if it's first or last, or if it's at all, if I'm just making that up.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, I'm gonna get canceled.
Yep. That's just, right in line with Mars Brand. She's, first she's racist against the black man, always going at Jimmy. Now she going at the Asian lady.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't think I forgot how you was always coming for Jimmy. Yeah, I ain't
Because Jimmy
forgot.
was annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy was annoying.
Always just going after the black man. Now you're going after the Asian lady. That's fine.
I mean, I harped over Lena for the longest.
What's that got to do with Jimmy?
I know, but I mean, like, clearly I don't just be going after people of different races. Or protected race groups, I should say, because
I mean, you had no choice. Lena sucked during that time. So
Jimmy did also suck during that time.
That's a matter of opinion.
That was my opinion.
Yeah, because you hate black men.
But it had nothing to do with him being black. His character.
That's what all the racist people say. That's exactly what I expect you to say.
But nothing that I said pertained to his race. It just was that he was annoying.
All very well veiled, but I see through it. I see it.
Whatever. I didn't say anything about not liking this Asian lady. I just said I don't know her name.
Microaggressions.
No.
Oh man.
Oh, she tells him that the mayor dude is digging up stuff or asking stuff about Lana and Kyle, but also Sarah
Lana
and her Kyle.
Yeah.
About Lana, Kyle, and Sarah.
No. His name is Kyle.
In here. But John and Clark, or John, what's his name? Full name?
John Henry Irons.
Thank you. John Henry Irons, they're together talking about the farm and the kids, and Clark gets another vision and sees that Bizarro is actually coming to them.
Yeah. And they fight. He got this weird necklace on that's doing this weird glowy shit. It's kind of like
it's
they
so
was connecting
funny
them and shit. And it's like, what's happening right now?
It's so funny because he be just standing there looking like a tweaking Clark.
Cool, Bizarro.
Yeah.
He's weird. It is just interesting the way this is going here. The way they portray him here, because the way I usually remember him is like, mostly from like cartoons and stuff, not as much from comics. I kind of see
he'd be gray and a little fractured up, but like he don't be looking like he took a hot shot right before he got there.
Well, he kind of does, just like he also has just this attitude where he's just like he wants to be good and stuff, and he's just like dumb and just always just bashing shit up and stuff. And like he actually talks like in the cartoons and stuff. So like,
that's what I'm saying. It's like this one just kind of looks like just did a crazy absorbent amount of drugs. He's just like, but I want to be Superman.
Yeah. So but yeah, John Henry Irons goes like I gotta help. Like send the hammer. Like you're not wearing your gauntlet. Send that shit anyway. And fucks his hand up before he like sends it flying at him, thinking he's Thor or some shit.
That's what I said. I was just like, what in the Thor shit is this? Yeah. Now your hand hurt. Now your whole shoulder fucked up.
Yeah. You all the way fucked up. Your whole right side is just null and void right now.
You are like, you lucky you didn't lose your arm just now. You are human.
Yeah.
Human. You gotta be reminded of these dudes.
Yeah. And then so the newspaper lady, she's like, I found a way to get it. Yeah, finds a way to get invited to the cult shit. It's only a couple hours away. And
I said they go.
Yeah. So they're like, yeah, we heading on out there. In the meantime, Cam has found out about the creepy politics stuff that the mayor is doing. He's like, fuck this shit. What's wrong with you? Then we got John talking to his girlfriend about using the yellow kryptonite mist. I'm still not sure how they getting their hands on it, but whatever.
Well, she's the dealer, so wherever she's getting it.
That's what I'm saying. How is she getting her hands on it? Like, who does she know?
I feel like she probably has like an older sibling or cousin or a family member who's probably doing it or selling it, and she's been able to like take some off the top. That's my only assumption.
Yeah. Then John Henry Irons lets Clark know, like, yo, I can track Bizarro with this weird necklace thing he was wearing. We need the DOD to use their systems to do it. And he's like,
satellites.
Listen, Clark, you need help. I can't help you. You need his team. And he was like, I'm not asking Anderson for help, blah, 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 because he hard-headed. Yeah.
He's like, but I will go to them.
Yeah. In the meantime, Jordan and Sarah are at a friend's family store, and he does some dumb shit.
Jordan all of a sudden wants to be a hero.
Yeah, like they're stealing. He's like, oh, I'm gonna stop them. I'm gonna ice breath the floor. Not paying attention to the fact that he's in a store where most stores these days have fucking cameras, Jordan. Like, what the fuck? Like, you didn't come from a small town where this isn't the case. Like, you come from the
city
where every place has a fucking camera. The fucking streets have cameras there. Like, dude, come
on. But I will tell you, the cameras that work are only in the nice areas. Unless
Jordan is a white boy whose mother is the most famous journalist in the world. He lives in the nice places where the cameras work.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I'm being funny. Yeah. But yeah, so then, he calls General Granddaddy and he fixes it real quick. But it's funny just like watching him like slowly shit his pants.
Yeah, panicking.
Like, oh my God, I'm dead. And it's just like, now you made your bed, now you gotta lie in it.
Yeah, and an old man laying like, dude, you know what I used to do for a living? This is easy money. Like, this was like, I do this kind of shit in my sleep. Like, why'd you do that dumb shit anyway, though? Like, it was just like, it was a fun conversation to me. Because old man Lane was just like, yeah, that was easy. That whatever. But pay attention. That was dumb. Why are you doing dumb teenager shit? Take 2 steps to the left, you're in a blind spot. Like, what are you doing?
He was literally just like, you are not a trained hero. What the hell?
Yeah. So then we got the infiltration mission with newspaper lady.
Chrissy.
Yeah. While that's happening, Jordan tries the yellow kryptonite mist shit and
Jonathan.
It works. And what did I say?
Jordan.
Oh, yeah, the other one.
I will say I secretly love this use of that throwback Future song Move That Dope.
Yeah.
Like when the beat like started, I like looked like, no, they're not.
I'm like, really?
I was like, are they about to play that? Because that's a bop. Yeah, he is toxic, but that is a bop.
Yeah. But yeah, it works. He is killing it in practice. Natalie's up in the stands watching. So I'm just like, ooh. Does Natalie like us some John? Is that what's happening?
I thought about that too, and I was like, that's the second girl of color in this episode who
showed interest in John. They both black, and they like them some John.
I was like, John need to stop messing around with these trashy white girls.
Yeah, give him some chocolate. That's what he like. Or maybe not. I don't know what he like. I know they like him. We'll see.
Yeah.
But Jordan did say he has bad taste, so he probably don't, Then we got Lucy and Lois and having their talk because they ended up seeing each other at the thing. And then Lois, during this conversation, calls Allie a parasite, which is also very interesting. Because in the comics, Allie's character is an actual energy draining parasite. Yeah. She's an actual energy draining alien parasite thingy that like plagues the DC universe. So it's just like, huh.
Interesting.
Exactly. But anyway, while newspaper lady's on her little infiltration mission, the cult lady like, oh, I know who you are.
Right. She gets outed, and I was like, oh.
At the same time that Lois is trying to text her, like, I found Lucy, get the fuck up out of there. But too late.
Right. I was like, just look at the message and then excuse yourself. Don't be looking at it and gazing at it because you mad obvious. No one else is on a phone right now.
And even then, once she recognizes you, just leave. What's she gonna do?
Right. Like she gonna stop you from leaving?
So yeah.
In front of all damn people?
Right. And then we got, apparently Lucy is mad at Lois because of some shit with their mother. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. Like,
Lucy blames Lois for their mom leaving, and she said that, like, she didn't like the fact of, she didn't like how Lois just disregarded their mother as their mother after she left. And Lois was like, because she fucking left us.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And then, but Lucy was really also stuck on that, like, but you didn't talk about it either. You just turned it off. But she was also talking about she said that Lois left out the part, like the key part of like Lucy's statement to her.
That she said she was ascending and all what she saw and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like I was like, oh no. Like she was like, you didn't put that in there. And Lois was like, because you sounded crazy. And I was like, she's not wrong. You sound crazy as fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because that shit didn't make any sense. Why would I write that? Like, it's just, why would I do these things? This just make no sense at all to do so. So why would I? But turns out there was a hidden camera in the room. So cult lady has the whole room watching this shit. Newspaper lady sees it also. And she's just like, oh, well, now you know what Lois Lane is, and blah, 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 blah. And now she got an attitude. And I'm just like, what do you have an attitude about? I don't get it. Like, why you got an attitude?
Why you gotta be so rude?
Yeah. I was just saying how after the spy cam thing happened and cult lady showed newspaper lady what was happening, after that, newspaper lady had an attitude.
Yeah, okay, so that's my only thing. So,
well, that's your only thing?
Well, that was
I got lots of things.
So I was just kind of like, what really did that live broadcast really reveal about Lois?
Nothing.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
other than the fact that she cares about her sister. That's what that sounds like to me.
And I was just like, when Christy had that whole attitude, when Lois, like, kind of like, off guard thing with her. And it's just like, what really changed here? Lois, everything that Lois said on that live cam was still pretty consistent with what she told you before.
Yeah.
Why?
Other than the fact that, like, she left out the part about what she saw, like, because it didn't make any fucking sense. So
that sounds like someone who's getting ready to die.
Yeah. Somebody who overdoses on pills may say that they saw some crazy shit.
Oh God. It's just like one of those. So then towards the end of the episode, when Chrissy calls Allie, I'm just like, what are you doing?
Here's what I think about that, though. I don't think that was real. I think that was a ploy to get deeper undercover, to actually uncover some shit.
You think she's going to turn around at the end and be like, I actually was on your side this whole time.
Yeah.
I just had to get further, deeper into it.
I think so.
I hope so. Or something bad's going to happen to Chrissy.
Yeah. So that's what I think is happening there. I think she, like, realizes what it's going to take to really get in there and get some real information. and so she's doing this now. That's what I think is happening there, because nothing else makes sense.
Yeah, because I was just like, bitch, what is this? What is this?
Yeah.
When
So
before Allie had showed the live stream though, I definitely thought that she was gonna like put something on the screen that was gonna like hypnotize all of them.
I did too.
I was not expecting a live stream
I
to
figured
Lucy
like,
and Lois.
because like it's kind of like I said, she's an energy parasite kind of alien thing in the comics. So it's just like I figured it was going to be a thing where she does something to lull them like into some kind of sense of security, so she can like drain from them on a regular basis. Yeah. So I was expecting something of that nature to kind of modernize it or something like that there, but no, it didn't happen. Like, we'll see though.
But yeah, so
let's see. Else? Oh, we got a moment with Lana and Cam. They talked to Sarah about what the mayor is up to and all that kind of stuff. And Sarah's like, I'm not ashamed of it. Like, let him come at me.
She's so strong. She's like, I'm good. I'm unbothered by this.
Meantime, John is not okay though. Like, he's like freaking out on the way home.
He's having side effects.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if it's actually side effects. I think those are just still effects. Like, it's the same thing that was happening before, just out of context of football. So it seems crazy. But like,
okay.
Because like he saw that hawk, like, I mean, not the hawk, the crow, like it was right in front of its face when it was across the field, kind of like he was seeing like the zoomed in vision on the football field. So I feel like it's the same shit. It's just outside of the context of football.
He's just still experiencing it.
Yeah. So Natty's just like, yo, you need to lay off the weed, like, for real, if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, she was like, do you smoke a lot of weed?
Like, what is going on with you?
I love how weed friendly, or weed openly friendly, all of these shows have suddenly become. And I mean, like, friendly in that, like, they just don't mind mentioning it. They don't mind it being involved. Mm-hmm. My, how we've come.
Let's see. So we got Clark and Lois are talking on the porch. DOD finds Bizarro in Bolivia. What? Wait, what did you say?
I was continuing.
Oh, okay. So the DOD, they find Bizarro in Bolivia, but Anderson just sends his team and doesn't tell Superman.
He's like, he can't do. He was like, he can't do it, and the super kiddos go, and 2 die instantly.
Bizarro just kills 2 of them, just grabs them by the throat and ends them.
It's like, you worried about if he's ready? Y'all definitely weren't.
So Clark hears that, he's like, oh, he's able to sense what's happening. He's like, oh shit, and he takes off to go help him. And John Henry Irons decides he's gonna go too because he's a dumbass. And
in his 10% functioning suit.
Yeah. And I got it. Down goes Irons because he
gets badly hurt,
like all the way fucked up. He's in the hospital all fucked up. Lois tells Natalie about it. She's not happy. She goes off on Superman because she's a teenager, so she's not able to properly process emotions. So she just lashes out at Superman, even though John Henry Irons was the one that did it on his own.
Yeah, that's the sad part. It's just like, damn, dude, you should have just stayed.
Mm-hmm. Then we got Lana and Cam have a face-to-face with Mayor Asshole. I don't know his name.
Mayor Dean.
Yeah, that motherfucker. And basically, Kyle's like, yo, stay away from a fucking kid. I will end you. He was like, there's no need, because there's someone who likes their tequila neat, I think we can have an understanding, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
Little did I know that it wasn't the drinking that was the problem. It was the fact that he was definitely fucking the bartender.
Yep. Because I was just like, he's a little too close with that bartender. Because even when they left the mayor, Lana was like, well, it's a good thing you're sober, so that's all that matters. Until he enters in the bar And I was just like, Kyle is not sober. And he is very close to that bartender.
Yeah, she like touched the way she was touching his hand and all. I'm like, ooh.
She's like, she's like, the boys missed you, but I especially missed you.
Mm-hmm.
That sounded like a love child's gonna come up out of the blue.
Yeah, he was dipping his wick somewhere else. But yeah.
But then we get another flashback of Lois thinking back to when Lucy left.
Yeah. Before that, though, there was this whole thing where they're returning home and old man Lane is at the house, which when this happened, I'm like, why is he there?
Yeah, he was there at some point. It was sometime after the shit with Jordan.
Yeah, because Jordan asked him, like, yo, will you train me?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, I'll train you, but like, we got to keep it a secret. And then after that is when Kyle goes to the bar. What were you saying about Jordan?
I was just saying that he ended up at the house at some point after the shit at the grocery store.
Oh yeah. It was toward the end. It was like right, before the stuff with Kyle. And we talked about newspaper lady calling the cult lady.
Allie.
Yeah, and I think she's just going deep undercover, but we'll see. But yeah,
and I hope so.
That was Superman and Lois. Anything else on this you want to make sure we touch on, or are you ready to move on?
I'm good to move on.
All right. Batwoman. This episode was called What?
Broken Toys.
So, fun fact about this episode before we get into it, it was actually directed by Cameron Johnson, Luke Fox. So, he directed this episode.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, look at you spreading your director wings, setting yourself up for a future career so you can direct too,
Mm-hmm.
Smart move. So,
especially given the ending.
So David Ramsey, still staying relevant because he directs and shit now too. That's how he got a show coming where he training people. Justice U, in case y'all didn't see.
I was gonna say, is that what Justice U is?
Mm-hmm. Speaking of other shows, Gotham Knights got a pilot order. So
yes,
yeah, we'll see what happens there. Since this is most likely the last season of Batwoman, that'd be cool to see them, pick up where this leaves off.
True. So hopefully we'll see something soon.
Yeah. So we got Batman and Batwoman and Mary returning to the clinic. There's a whole lot of water damage in there. Marcus is gone. There's a weird, creepy doll in there.
That was the touch he needed to leave.
Yeah. We got Mary. She's beating herself up like, I didn't, this is all my fault. Blah blah blah. They need to. They get the joy buzzer. They got to fix it in order to fix Marcus. The person they need is the person who made it.
Kiki Roulette.
Yeah, Kiki, toy maker. Sophie is still trying to talk to Ryan about the kiss, and Ryan ain't doing it. She's like, nope, too busy. Marcus does a speech. And he's just all,
but my only thing about that is Sophie, really, right now.
Well, she has awful timing. Sophie's the worst. It's just
she did the same thing with Kate too. Every time, she would just bitch, there's a little psychopath on the street right now with billions of dollars. I don't have time to talk about the kiss right now. She's so confrontational, and I'm like, that's great, but damn, find some better timing.
Yeah. She's selfish. That's really what it is.
Very.
But yeah, so Marcus ends up having a whole moment where she does a speech in full Joker regalia with purple hair and shit, and apparently he donates a large amount of money to Arkham and wants to start a work release program with them
to restore the sanity in Gotham. Okay.
And the first thing he does is
release Victor's ass.
Release Victor's ass. Exactly. And I'm just, yeah. Great idea, Marcus. Great idea. But once we see why he did it, it like makes sense. If you want that kind of job done, that's who you call. So
yeah, when they started talking about scars and shit, I was like, "Are you hiring to kill?" Mm-hmm. There's nothing even before that, walking through the halls, checking to see what kind of criminally insane people they have there. I was like, "Oh, he's looking for bad people to do bad shit."
Oh yeah. 100%. What?
And how you picked up your mic.
Well, I wanted to stay leaned back, but I know I need to still talk into the mic. So I'm like, I'm just going to pick the mic up.
I feel that. That's like me. Like I want to sit up, but I'm going to lean forward.
You got to speak into the mic.
It's okay.
You got to like be eating that shit like this. It's like, rah, 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 rah. Nom, 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 nom.
But anywho, Luke, Ryan, and Sophie figure there has to be a way to stop him. And Ryan remembers that Jada has something over Marcus. And then, before they find Kiki, Mary is asking Alice about how does she live with the things that she's done. And Alice essentially tells her to bury that shit. Bury it. Don't even think about it. What are you doing?
But yeah. That's right before they walk up to the door and they're like, "Hey, hi." She was like, "Yo, Kiki's not here," and I was like, "Yo, I know crazy when I see crazy." Hi, Kiki.
Right. I was like, "Oh, you dressed up really good. You cleaned up nicely. You tried. You almost got us."
Yeah. And in the meantime, Ryan meets with Jada because she's just like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Turns out Jada has some kind of tape with evidence or something has something to do with Marcus's father dying. Who knows? But then Zaz arrives and he has two jobs basically: destroy the tape and then kill Jada while Batwoman watches. Doesn't work out that way, but in the time, Jada ends up telling Ryan, like, "Yo, what really happened? Like, yo, I didn't
pay the doctor off, but that was for you."
Yeah, that money was supposed to be for you and the family that took you. The doctor just kept the money. Which in my head, I'm like, you're supposed to give enough money to the doctor too. Like you didn't. You're supposed to pay the doctor.
You
also
shortchanged him.
Yeah. If you had also paid the doctor properly, this would have worked out. Like if you want to do this kind of cover up, you got to pay. So $2 million is not enough. You need $2 million for the family and like $4 million for the doctor. Like that's how you make sure that happens.
Yep.
Because if you're already giving the doctor $4 million, he'll make sure the other $2 million get to the right person. He's not going to try to take $6 million. He might, but it's more likely,
right? Like,
if he's being paid properly.
Why would you pay him more than the family? I mean, pay him the same.
Yeah.
He's like, they didn't even do anything yet. But I also feel like, what if the family was a farce?
Yeah. So they convinced Kiki to fix the joy buzzer, but it turns out they really didn't convince her. She was going to do it anyway because it was all a setup.
Like what?
Yeah.
Damn it.
And then, of course, Batwoman never shows up. So Ryan ends up fighting off Zaz. And in that moment, Jada figures out, oh, my daughter's Batwoman. Because logic, which is why I'm just like, so many people could figure out who these heroes are if they just pay attention, but they don't.
Yeah.
Got Sophie and Luke. They break into Wayne Tower to get the AI
They'll
back
say,
for
mm-hmm.
yeah. Then they find out though that Marcus was actually in contact with Kiki, so it was all a setup. And
And they tell Ryan, and it was too late.
Yeah.
Why'd you say uh-oh?
No, I was saying that's what was happening. It was like it was a
yeah. It's just like damn. And then you find out that Kiki's therapist was Dr. Harleen Quinzel herself.
Yeah. No conflict of interest there or anything.
You know? But you know, they find out the buzzer, she fixes the buzzer has one jolt left in it. And then that's when everyone starts fighting, and that was it.
Yeah. But then after that, Marcus finds a bunch of the Joker toxin. I'm like, oh, well, you're all doomed.
Yeah, right. It's like, oh shit. This is gonna get real fucked up real fast.
Mm-hmm. And then Mary's like, yeah, you know that guy I killed? Yeah, I'm gonna go to his funeral. Where's wake? What did she say? It was the wake of the funeral?
Wake.
Okay. And I'm just like, they don't know you except for the kid. And that's going to be real fucked up. The kid's going to point you out, and this is all going to be bad.
Yeah, it's just like Mary, like what, like you're
go home
yourself,
and wallow in your pity and beat yourself up like you've been doing. All right,
do some kind of like
go to therapy. Do that.
Go to therapy. Do like some community service.
Yeah, showing up at this dude's funeral is not the move at all.
But
tries to give Alice some money. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was like, what up? But you know,
yeah,
you can't tell her nothing.
Yeah, she tries to give Alice some money, tell her to get them out of town. Alice is like, I can't. And you're like, why? Because I need you to use the joy buzzer on me, dear sister. So I need you to stop Ryan from using it on her brother so you can use it on your sister, who's not actually your sister, you know, stepsister. But you know. Then after all that's over with, first we have Batwoman Ryan talking to Jada on the roof, and Jada's like, you can't be like I was, you know, you gotta let people in, blah, 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 blah. But this all leads to Ryan and Sophie in the bar, and they finally have a talk about everything that's happened. And Ryan lets go, they kiss, and then cue porn music. They stuck with this love scene a lot longer than I expected them to.
Right?
Like, oh, they about to, like, she's there getting, oh, they doing the kissing down. Ooh, she about to eat some pussy. Ooh. Oh, nope, they're not. Okay, flip them over. Okay. Oh,
that's what I was saying. I was like, you could tell who this was directed by.
Yeah, Cam was just like, yeah.
He was like, yeah, get up in there. Get up in there.
Yeah. Is he sitting there watching just like, yes. Is there extended footage? I know there's extended footage of the whole thing. That like he had probably like they probably did the whole thing, and there's another in another time, you know, in rehearsal, you know. And
I think she's going from A to Z.
I'm just saying, who's to say that it didn't actually happen and end in a full set orgy? We don't know what happens in Hollywood. Anything could be going down in Vancouver right now. We don't know. But that was Batwoman. Anything else with Batwoman you want to make sure we talk about?
No, I think we got through all of it.
You sure I'm curious have any other details you're curious about as far as, you know, the Ryan and Sophie love scene? Anything else you want to, you know?
No.
You sure?
I am curious to see how this
what Ryan looks like in a thong. You're right, I do too.
No, like with Mary helping.
What Sophie looks like in a thong. I haven't seen that. I know she's done pageant stuff, so we've seen her in swimsuit, but
it's conflict for Mary.
Yeah.
So that'll be some.
Yeah. Well, all right. That'll be it for this week's episode of Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow. But before we do that, Mara, who's winning? Because we didn't do it last week because it all fell apart.
I mean, you could say Marcus, because he's just found a shit ton of shit.
Yeah. Ryan got a pussy ate though.
That is true. That is funny. That is always funny. I'll give it to Ryan because that is a winner.
Mm-hmm.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah. I'm assuming Sophie got some head too, but
I don't really care for Sophie's
we didn't see any evidence of that. So, we knew that we were heading in the direction of Ryan getting her pussy, but we don't know about Sophie. But yeah, I mean, I'll give you that one. Losing.
Awesome.
I was going with John Henry Irons, who's in the hospital right now.
Yeah, he's pretty fucked.
Yeah.
My brain was going down the list of characters this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with. But all right, that'll be it. Don't forget you can follow us on both Twitter and Instagram at The Creation World. That is at TheCreatia World. Also, do not forget you can follow me on both Twitter and Instagram at Lord_Cussalott. That is at LORD_CUSSALOTT. Mara, where can they find you?
Always on Instagram and Twitter at Mardashark, MARADASHARK.
Also, you can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/creationworld. But this podcast itself actually has its own Facebook group. Mara, what is that Facebook group?
Facebook.com/groups/super flashy arrow of tomorrow.
Also, don't forget we have our companion show that we do for this, the multiverse. The last episode we did is now live on podcast services and on YouTube. We were talking about Superman Man of Tomorrow, so that's there. The next one is coming soon. It will be on Patreon for the coming month, and then it'll be live for everyone else a month later. We'll be talking about Injustice, when it just came out on HBO Max. I've seen it already. It is some dope dark shit.
I don't remember if I've seen it, but I'm gonna rewatch it anyway. So
let's see. Also, if you're a wrestling fan, don't forget, there's a wrestling group for our wrestling podcast, Smacking It Raw. Facebook.com/group/Smacking It Raw. There's also the companion show for that comes out on Patreon, and the newest episode is available to everybody right now. Return to Wrestling, where we go through the old WCW stuff. We're watching a lot of Nitro and corresponding pay-per-views. Good times, me and the Ward and Matt Ritter. I think that'll be it. Anything else from you, Mara? Anything? All right, we'll catch y'all next week then. Until then, we out.